welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today's video is another Bob Seger, which we are very excited for. It's from one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. This from One Chance, so thank you for your support and for your song request. We cannot wait to explore more Bob Seger. The first time that we did it, I think a few weeks ago, we loved it. I think that's probably one of my most favorite songs I've listened to on this channel, and I've been listening to that song on repeat since then. So I cannot wait. I know that you love that song too. You told me that. You told in the video. Yeah,
I loved it also.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting to love it that much, but I really loved it, and I'm also very excited to see another one of his songs.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. So this is called Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, and the song is Like a Rock. So without any further ado, let's go.
Stood there boldly, sweating in the sun. Felt like a million, felt like number one. The height of summer, I'd never felt that strong. Like a rock.
I love his voice so much. I cannot even describe it. I love how like his voice has this such like a sense of warmth and kind of like a storytelling vibe. It doesn't feel like he's singing. It feels like you're just sitting and he's just telling you a story, as if like, I don't know. I don't get the singer vibe that much as much as I get the storytelling vibe from his voice. It's just
and I also like how he pronounced the words. Like every little sound is there and completely clear, and everything is there.
Yeah, that's true. Here we go.
I'd never felt that strong. Like a rock. I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare. But I was leaning, solid everywhere, like a rock. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firmly to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. And I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all. I still believed in my dreams.
Before we get to the guitar solo, I love how the build-up in this song. I mean, I think in my opinion, there are two types of build-up that you can kind of like build your way toward the climax. One is like the entire band or the orchestra or whatever starts together, but they are all like very soft dynamic, and then they gradually build it up together. That's really nice. But I love when the build-up and the crescendo is kind of like textural. So you start with like maybe one or two layers, maybe just a singer and like one or two instruments. And then as you go, you just add different layers. I think that kind of gives a sense of like, I don't know, like something is far away and then it comes close to you and then maybe it's far away then. So I love this kind of build-up, and this song I think has the perfect way of doing that, because
Yeah.
as we went, the drums were added, and then more instruments. I heard piano, and then now it's getting to the climax. Yeah, it was very, very beautiful to listen to. I mean, like the build-up was so natural.
Yeah, and also exactly very natural. I didn't even realize that when that instrument comes, or where the other comes, and it was just, I found myself in a a little bigger sound or something.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, now there is a guitar solo.
20 years now, where'd they go? 20 years, I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone. And sometimes late at night, oh, when I'm bathed in the firelight, the moon comes calling a ghostly white, and I recall like a rock.
Did you notice, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but the backing vocals started when he started talking about 20 years like later, right? There was no backing vocal before, was it? I'm doubting myself.
Honestly, I don't know, but I think in the beginning, like 1 or 2 words I heard backing vocals.
Oh, okay.
But not like complete
so but then it added a couple, and then
just here and there.
It really added a layer of, like, I guess nostalgia, or like really longing for the past and remembering your memories because of the backing vocals. Because I don't know, maybe I just noticed them right now, but then when I noticed them, I was like, this is so beautiful. Like suddenly they're adding that layer of memory. That it was so cool.
The moon comes calling a ghostly white, and I recall like a rock, standing arrow straight like a rock, charging from the gate like a rock, carrying the weight like a rock, oh, like a rock, the sun upon my skin like a rock,
Very, very beautiful. As exactly I was expected, like a beautiful sound from the singer, and also a very like comforting from the music, not like the lyrics or something, but from the feeling that the music gave. And I found that it was the perfect tempo for this, especially because the main thing that he was saying was like a rock, and I feel if it was faster it wouldn't be feeling like this stability that he's like I'm like a rock or something. And if it was slower, it would have felt like it's falling apart, and it's like that, like not that stable as a rock. And also I already told you about how the accent that he puts, or the how he pronounced the words. Especially the rock thing, he really put an accent in the K at the end of it, so it also feels like really a rock. And the fact that there are also some vocals, I mean, I don't think in the beginning, but at the end, and he was saying like a rock, and the backing vocals were like having this big sound with him and making it bigger and more stable. I think that also was a good idea. And also the voice quality that he chose, I find it more like in a direct way and in a sincere way than just like very intimate and soft. It was like more exactly direct and powerful.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, honestly, I cannot wrap my head around his voice, like being the delivery, like the voice quality, the color, the way that he would put a little bit of raspiness when he would go into climaxes. And I think that also gives it, aside from the sincerity that you just talked about, it gives it such an emotional depth. It really feels like a longing memory that he's telling. Also, the way that he was telling it, again, it was like so conversational. So, like in the last video when we posted, there were so many comments that were saying he's the best American storyteller, and I 100% agree. Even with like a few songs, I know a few other songs from him, but this one was also new to me. But from even the few songs that I listened to, I can totally agree that the sense of storytelling that he has in his voice is just, I haven't heard in any other thing. It didn't feel like a performance to me. It felt like really like sitting next to him, and he's just telling me about like how he was so carefree, for example, in this song when he was 18, and how like he didn't have any money, but he was talking about kind of bittersweet situation, because he said he didn't have any money, but he was carefree, he was like a rock, and then he's kind of looking back at it. And I think the lyrics really matched his voice and the delivery, and then I remember you said something in the last song that really stuck to me about how everything in the arrangement is just enough. And I really, I was thinking about that a lot, honestly, since you said that. And I feel like it's the same case in this song as well, because you could hear the, like very subtly, a little bit of that, just in the moments that you kind of expect something, but it never overshadows his vocals or his like his voice at all. Like the bridges that the drum creates sometimes, like it's very subtle, the drum groove in the background, but when it's needed, it just kind of like swells up a little bit and then goes back. It felt like the very nice flow, very nice build up and climax. All in all, it was very interesting to listen, very enjoyable. Yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it, so we hope you guys did as well. Thank you again, One Chance, for suggesting this song. If you have any other suggestion, you guys, from Bob Seger, please let us know. We would be so happy to explore more of him. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys tomorrow with our next video. Bye!
Bye!